Hey guys, it's Kylie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be creating this look. It is a super easy, super fun, I think, unicorn tutorial. This could be used for pretty much anything though. The only thing that really makes this unicorny is my unicorn horn. So it's a pretty simple makeup look that you can recreate not only as Halloween makeup, but everyday makeup. Obviously, other than probably the amount of gems I applied to my face, but my family this year are all being unicorns, my daughter, my husband, and my 2 dogs. I figured I'd do a fun unicorn look in preparation for actual Halloween. I doubt that I'm actually gonna look like this or even close to this. I'll probably just have mascara on. But I do want to do my daughter's makeup. I think it'll be fun for her, so maybe I'll create something like this on her. Who knows? Anyways, if you guys like this look, please continue watching to see the tutorial. I am so sorry. My lighting is awful right now, but it's dark outside, so there's not much I can do about it. My lighting in the room's not very good. So hopefully you can see well enough what we're gonna be doing. To start out, I prepped my face already. I primed, foundation, cream contoured, and did my brows. And I also set my eyes. I just used the concealer that I used under my eyes on my eyelids, set that with setting powder. Then I used my JACLYN Hill Luminous powder in the shade Do Me and put this on the cheeks and in the T-zone. I also used some Cover FX glitter drops on my face before I did my foundation, just to try to give myself a little more glowy, dewy look today. If you have any questions about the products that I used today, they will be linked in the description box below, so even if it's not mentioned, it will still be in the description box. The first thing I want to start with is blush. I'm going to be using Hourglass's Ambient Lighting Blush. This is super pretty and it has a lot of glow to it, which I think will be perfect for this look. I'm running this across my nose as well. I feel like for this type of look, you can't do too much. Plus, I like blush anyways. This isn't super pigmented by any means. Blends out really well, but I just drag that from the apples of my cheeks into my contour line. Next, I'm gonna go straight into my eyes. To start out, I'm using my Huda Beauty Pastel Rose palette, and I'm gonna start out with this middle back purple shade here and run that in my crease. I'm also gonna bring it up pretty high to my eyebrows. I'm only gonna leave a little bit of space towards where my tail section is, just so then I can plop some highlight in there eventually. Next, I'm going to plop into my JACLYN Hill Volume 2 palette. I'm going to use the shade Positivity. It's like a peachy shade. And I'm going to take that just a tad bit lower than the last shade. Actually, this is not what I was planning on doing with it. This is just kind of what my hands did. So that's what we're doing now with it. It's fine. I zoomed you in a bit so you could hopefully see a little better what I'm going to be doing. Right now I'm using a Morphe M330 brush, and I'm gonna probably stick with this one for quite a bit of the colors. I'm gonna go in now with Tipsy Girl, which is a hot pink shade, and I'm gonna start with that in the inner corner on the lid, or towards the inner corner, not the inner, but you know what I mean. I'm gonna try to show you what I do on one eye and then finish the other eye off camera, just to speed things up a little bit. So after I do this eye, then we'll move to the next step. Okay, after I patted that out, I did drag it in my crease just a tiny bit. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Therapy Session, which is a nice lilac purple. I'm taking that same brush again, and I'm gonna put this towards the outer side of my eye biscuits. And I'll bring that in towards the center as well, but I think we'll do something else with the center rather than these two colors. So we still want to bring them in. It's okay, we can conceal anything if we need to, if we want to take out any of the color. I'm trying to remember to keep the colors higher up than I normally would as well. I'm trying to do that on a regular basis with my makeup because I have such hooded eyes. I want the makeup to be seen. It's just a habit to keep it in the crease. So I'm bringing it up pretty high. All right, there's that eye. I'm gonna go finish this one and be right back. Okay, this is where we're at now. Both sides finished. I did bring back a little bit more pink just because I thought it was fading away a little bit, or it just wasn't as bright. So I brought that in, and then I'm just sweeping across at the top to blend out any harsh edges. I'm gonna leave the tops how they are for now. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the bottom lash line. I'm sticking with that same brush, going in with the same purple, and I'm gonna run that under the lash line. I'm gonna keep it basically level to, not level, but even with where the purple on the top ends, and then I'll smoke it out a little bit more. And then same brush again, I'm going to take the pink shade that we used and carry that under the inner portion of the under eye. Well, that's basically what we want. I'm going to, there's a little smudge here that I'll fix after. I just want to make sure I have it blended nice and smoked out and then I will fix that piece there, and then I'm just gonna go do this on the other side. Be right back. Okay, these are both done for the most part from what I've got going on. I keep saying things that I could fix, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna move on. So next I'm going to take this shade Not My Journey. It's a deep purple. I do believe it has some glitter in it. And I'm gonna take an angled liner brush and basically just line as close to my lashes as I can on the top and the bottom probably as well. Okay, now I'm just gonna go do this on the other eye and be right back. Okay, that's finished. I do want to mention too that deep purple on the underneath the waterline, I only brought in about halfway to where that purple ends. I didn't bring it all the way in. So next I'm gonna go back to the Huda Beauty palette, and I'm just gonna take this pastel yellow shade with a kind of a pencil brush, and I'm going to put that in the inner corners. Okay, I brought it down underneath just a tad bit as well to meld it in, and then it kind of comes up just a tiny bit along the top and smokes into the pink as well, but I did have to go in a couple times just to get that yellowness. Very pretty. Now I probably should have done my middle part before I put the deep purple on, but not a big deal, I can go over that. But I'm gonna add some, like a topper in the middle of the eyelid, and I think I'm going to start with this shade here. This one has a purple like sheen to it. I am just gonna use my finger as well and just pat it. Is my finger gonna work? I might have to use a brush and spray it. We're not getting a whole lot. Come on, honey. There, it's coming a little bit. Okay, I basically just took my finger and swiped down on the lid. That seemed to work pretty well, and I'm gonna take that same brush I've been using with no extra product on it and just start to make sure it's blended out and not just looking like a giant stripe on my eye. I'm gonna keep doing that a couple times and then I'll come back just because it's gonna be very repetitive. I'm just gonna keep doing that to build it up, and then I'll see you soon. Okay, that took a little bit of back and forth and playing with it, but I think I finally got it to where I like it. It could be a little bit more, but it's okay. If I wanted it to be more, I could put concealer down and then put it on top, but I wanted it to be more of a topper and not just a big shiny, you know, whatever. So next I'm gonna take the shade I'm in it. It is a white shade, but it has purple metallics in it, like a purple shift to it. So I'm going to run that underneath my eyebrow to create a highlight effect. Yeah, that's what I want. That's pretty. Okay, and there we go. There we are so far. Pretty, pretty. What I'm gonna do next is take my Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette and just touch up some contour around the face. I want it just a little bit more. I think if you wanted a pink contour or purple, pink and purple contour, like following the same effect that's on the eyes, starting with that dark pink and fading it into the purple, would be a pretty effect for this too, but I don't want to go all out today. So next I'm going to go in with my OFRA highlight palette, and I just use this big circle, kind of stick with mainly these two shades here. Typically I would use a cream highlighter, but I feel like at this point I've got a lot of powders on my face. Not that it wouldn't work, it would still work, but I'm just gonna go in with this. This is, aside from my cream highlighter, this is my second favorite highlight, I think. That is frosty. All right, moving on to the next step. I have these nail jewels. There's a set of colored ones and a set of black and silver, and I'm gonna start playing with those on my face. I don't know if I want to add colored ones or if I just want to do silver. I think I'm just gonna start with silver and maybe do some like colorful freckles. That's the plan for now. So how I'm gonna do this is take this is the Tarte Pro Lash Glue, and I'm gonna start making small dots where I want the gems to go. Just make sure whatever lash glue you're using is a lash glue that dries clear. By the way, if you've been hearing a really loud noise this whole time, which it just stopped, it's my husband's computer, which is in my closet, and there it goes back up again. So if that noise bothers you, sorry. I'm trying not to be too messy with this. I'm trying to only place like small dots. Okay, I've got 3 on there. I have a pair of just pointy tweezers that I'm gonna use. I have a gem on my hand. I'm gonna pick it up with the pointy tweezers and try to place it. Well, that worked pretty darn easy. Cool. So far this is working well, so I'm gonna keep working on this. I'll probably speed this up because I feel like this is gonna take a little bit. So far, I've got them spaced out decently even, so I'm gonna try to replicate this on the other side off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is where we're at so far. I did add lashes after I finished the gems. I wanted to see what they looked with the lashes on to see if I wanted to add more. This lash is not on. Well, that's a mess. I think it's cute so far. I might add, I think it's fine. The only issue I did have with this inner corner, I placed the gem in the wrong spot, so they were really uneven. And then when I moved it, it picked up some eyeshadow with it. So there is a little spot next to it, missing the yellow eyeshadow. I can go back, but I don't want to cover the gem. I mean, I guess I could wipe the gem off, not a big deal. But anyways, what I'm gonna do now is do the same thing, but on my face, I'm gonna create some gem freckles using some pinks and purples and maybe some blues as well. We'll speed this through so you can see the process, and I'll see you when I'm done. All right, here is where we are at. I stopped filming after the cheeks portion just because, again, it was repetitive. I just added some on the forehead as well, and that's where we stopped. It's a mixture of a light pink, a purple, and a blue. Oh my gosh, I thought I didn't even have any bright pinks, but I do, and now I want to go in and add some of those too. Maybe I will. Darn it. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna apply some lipstick. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Party Pink. It's a liquid lipstick, which I'm not really a fan of, but it's the only thing I have in this sort of color. It just matches perfect. Okie dokie, so this is where I'm at now. I finished the lipstick. I mean, that was pretty fun. And then I ended up stopping and adding some bright pink gems around the edges as well. Hopefully you can see some. And then I added one right here. And then that lipstick was really bothering me. I just don't like a matte liquid lip very much. And it just was not shiny enough. So I used my Fenty Beauty Diamond Milk Gloss. And I think that helped a bunch. So this is where we're at. I also put my hair down because I've got a horn on. I'll zoom out and show you. This is it. This is the final look. This is a super fun look. I feel like this isn't even that Halloween-y. I mean, the gems are kind of everywhere. It just gives me unicorn vibes, and I think it's very cute. You could take this a couple steps further, obviously, pink contour, whatever, adding more rainbowy type things, maybe some clouds in the eyelids or whatever, but I just wanted to do something simple. Anyways, that is it for today. Please let me know if you have any questions. Other than that, I will see you in the next one. Bye.